Hello, welcome back to the Global Entrepreneurship Initiative. I'm excited to introduce you to our next speaker. Let me tell you a little bit about Rino Solberg. He is a successful serial entrepreneur, philanthropist, and businessman for more than 50 years. At 60 years, he decided to take on the biggest goal he could think of, to eradicate poverty and corruption in Africa. Quite a goal. He has served as the chair and founder of the Better Globe Group since 2004. I can't wait to hear his message. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Rino Solberg.
I'm so excited to be here today, and I'm excited to be able to tell you why I'm excited to be here today. And it all started actually back in 1991, when my wife and me started the NGO Child Africa to help poor children through school. The happiness we experience from the poor people each time we managed to get one of their children into school was immense. And in fact, it changed my way of thinking, and it changed my life. Later in 2004, I wanted to do something more with my life than just being an entrepreneur. I'd been at that time an entrepreneur internationally and a serial entrepreneur for 40 years. And to be doing more business just for business sake, and at the best maybe end up as the richest guy in the graveyard, was not something I looked forward to. So I decided I wanted to do something else, take all my experience, all my time and money, and help poor people in Africa doing a better job. So I took on the biggest goal I could dream of, which was to eradicate poverty and corruption in Africa. Obviously, that is not easy. I knew I could never finish that in my lifetime. But I knew that I would be happy all for the rest of my life on the way to my goal. I also knew that could never be done by charity alone. It had to be done by business principles, based on business and social entrepreneurship. That's what we took on. And after 2 years of study, in fact, we found out that we had something we could do which was sustainable, and we took on a three-pronged approach to the whole thing. One was massive tree planting as a business model to make money for everybody involved. Secondly, we find a microfinance way of helping the poor farmer kick off and getting into sustainability and dignity. And not to mention, children's school and education was very important for us, because without children's education, you cannot eradicate poverty or anything. And also we're teaching them integrity to fight corruption long term. Then I started Better Globe Limited in Kenya, Better Globe Forestry, and that is a company that was then after some time became our main driven business with planting trees. And also in 2019, it was the most well-known and respected company in Kenya due to the great leadership we had on all levels in that company. The vision and mission of Better Globe Forestry is to eradicate poverty and corruption in Africa, and by social entrepreneurship, plant as many trees as there are people on this planet, and thereby finance the sustainable implementation of the vision. Massive planting of high-quality mahogany timber was the business model that made money for everybody, and they had the possibility to bring that in for everybody who bought the trees in the first place, to the one who planted it, and everyone in between. By 2044, on my 100th birthday, I'm an optimist, so I believe I'm going to be 100 years old, then we are planning to plant 9 billion trees. And that will take many millions of African farmers out of poverty. And at the same time, we will reach even more millions of children with our main Bingwa message, means champion in Swahili, to fight corruption by building integrity in the children of Africa. I've written 2 books about our system. One is called Social Entrepreneurship, The Better Globe Way, and that teaches how to eradicate poverty by business principle in Africa. The next one is called Put Integrity First, that takes on to fight corruption long term. In addition to that, we have 2 magazines. One is called Miti, meaning trees in Swahili, that teaches poor farmers how to make money from trees, to eradicate their own poverty, in fact. The other magazine is called Bingwa, meaning champion in Swahili. And that's a free children's magazine distributed by our NGO, Child Africa. And we are distributing it to schools in Africa, as many as we can afford. And Child Africa is still run since 1991 by my wife, Rino Solberg, who runs it with a passion that you cannot believe. And I know how tough it has been many times, and I really am very proud of her for the job she's done. We also plan to have Child Africa's teaching of integrity and honesty into the school curriculum in African countries, so we can teach all the children to TV programs, games and plays and magazines, how to really catch on, to take on the corruption straight on and fight it long term, so they can, when they grow up, be strong enough as champion of integrity to say no to corruption. We believe that the best way to end corruption long term is by starting with the children when they are young and then build their character strong. Better Globe Forestry has two business models. One works much like a crowdfunding system where people can buy one tree or thousands of trees, and we take care of them for 20 years. And they have a buyback agreement that gives them 12 times their money back over 20 years, starting from year 5. In fact, we have already done this since 2006, and it's a great success for more than 50,000 customers. The other model, which we have been developing now over 5 years, is called something we call Trees for Shopping. And it's a very unique tree savings program. From our website, Trees for Shopping, people can download our app, and they can register for a branded MasterCard, and then get a bank account with us, and that bank account has up to 28 different currencies in one and can be operated from their telephones. With the branded MasterCard, they can buy anything from anywhere, worldwide business. They can buy it from shops, online, and anything they want. And when they use that branded card to pay for whatever they buy, 4% is automatic deducted from their bank account into a special fund for trees that gives them trees that they have for 14 years. They own the trees, and we take care of them in Better Globe Forestry for 14 years, and we pay them back 10 times the value they paid. So they get 40% back after 14 years. And these tree saving programs can all obviously be taken off and on at any time they would like to. This is probably the best tree savings program in the world today, backed up by high-quality mahogany trees as a collateral. Each time people are shopping, they can see a tree grow on an app. And when the tree has grown fully, it goes into their forest. And then they can see their name and how many trees they own and how much money they're going to get paid in 14 years. And it also captured the CO2 that the tree has captured for all these years, so that they can be carbon neutral as a family if they like. Wherever you live on this planet, you can also participate by downloading an app from our Trees for Shopping and start your tree savings program today. On top of that, while you are getting richer over time by shopping, poor farmers are getting out of poverty in Africa by planting trees. Poor families are getting loans to help them become self-sustained. And poor children get quality education and learn how to fight corruption through the Bingwa movement. And on top of that, that tree planting changes the environment locally, and it changes it from dry land to green land. And on top of that, it also mitigates global warming. If this is not a win-win and win deal, I don't know what is. Maybe social entrepreneurship, the Better Globe way, will be the best way to eradicate poverty and corruption in Africa. Only time will tell. Thank you.